All right, guys, what's up? So welcome back to another video, another 4-liter video coming at you today. Today I've got my 2013, I think it's 2013 A8L 40T that I picked up in Florida, and we started having air suspension issues again. So if you can see here behind me, hopefully, car's sitting pretty low. So originally I bought this car with a bad air strut. Put this air strut on, it was great, drove it around a week in Florida, drove it home all the way. And then I started having intermittent air suspension issues. So what I'm thinking happened is, I don't know how long the previous owner was driving on a bad strut, but the air compressor was obviously running overtime trying to air the car up. And I think it's just burned out and weak. It hardly makes any pressure. So I have picked up another air compressor and we're going to be throwing that on. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So the air compressor on this car, which I already took the little piece off right there, that covers this area right here, but this is your air compressor right here. This brown line runs over to the valve block. This is your valve block distribution where it runs into all the struts as well as up to the accumulator. But pretty much what we're going to be doing here is popping these 4 kind of spring-loaded, get up in here, get up in through here, T30 nuts off. This is, or bolts off. This is the filtered air inlet. So this is pulls filtered air in so you don't get your compressor full of crap. And then we got the one line here, the one pressure sensor here, I believe this is, and then the main compressor power. So I'm gonna get you guys set up and I'm gonna get this thing dropped out and the new used one thrown in. All right, so I've got these broke loose and now it's just a matter of spinning them out. We do have a little bit of air in here. It seemed like this compressor was making about 1.5 bar of pressure and then maxing out. Kind of the way I diagnosed this a little bit is I went and popped this intake line off, took an air compressor, shop air, and with the compressor running the car trying to air up, I added a little air here, and I could then make the system air pressure go up to like 6 or 7 bar. But with only the compressor running, it was maxing out at 1.5. So with the history, I decided it's not worth doing more diagnostic. I'm just going to throw a compressor at it. Old one is out. And the new used one is going in. Very, very easy job. You probably do want to have a lift for this. If your car is not aired up or not airing up and you can't get it jacked up, it would be a major pain to do this. Alright, we're going to pour it down. So now we're going to go ahead, slide the intake hose on, and power plug. I'm going to go ahead, snug all the connections here. Now, I think before I put the main cover back on, I'm going to drop the car down. Alright, so I'm just lowering it down a bit so I can get inside. We're going to flip the key on, see if it airs up before we put the final cover on. Alright guys, so I just kicked on the compressor. I had to come in here, open VCTS, and actually clear the codes. As we can see, system is pressuring up. I believe we might be good to go. So, like I said previously, this old compressor was only making about 1.5 bar. And as we can see, compressor's running, and we are slowly airing up. So good news for me, actually fairly easy, cheap fix. For all the things that can go wrong, that's actually a pretty cheap one. So fingers crossed, we're gonna see what actually happens here. All right, so here's final installed product. As you can see, I just had this shield off here, right behind the exhaust. There's 4 10 mil nuts, 1, 2. The other 2 are right up in here, 3 and 4. So I drop that down and then the compressor's right in there. So anyway, good news is I think we got everything fixed. I might have to run through and do some adaptations. It's not airing the bags up, the accumulator and everything did air up. So I think we're all good. I'm gonna go through and do some of that and take this thing out on a drive, see how it drives, see if we're back up to speed. All right, so I actually just had to start the car. Moved it back a little bit, and as you can see, we are aired up, front and back. So next thing we're gonna be tracking, my new headlight lens should be coming any day, so we can get rid of the old cracked one with the plastic on top. As you can see, there's a little chip out of it, or not really a chip, but 2 cracks out of it. Luckily it stayed sealed up and we are fully functioning, so lens on that's gonna fix it up, and then this car is actually gonna be looking pretty sharp. If you throw some nice wheels on it. One of you guys wants it again, it is somewhat for sale. I can't make up my mind if I want to keep it as a daily, because the S8 out there might have some race car plans. But anyway, back to taking this on a little test drive, make sure everything's good. We'll catch you on the next one.